Hey everybody, it's Tony with Creative Gems, and today I'm going to teach you how to make a keychain. So today, in order to make a keychain, we're going to be using, of course, our stamping jig. I'm going to use my sound deadening pad. We're going to be using our flat nose pliers, our jump ring pliers, our ball peen hammer to texturize it, and our pieces here. So I'm going to use a keychain ring, an S hook ring, chain everything together, a 8mm jump ring, and I chose today to use a copper dog tag and a little cross charm I'm going to put on it. Of course, we have our polishing cloth for when we're done. Give it a good polish. And we're going to be using our stamping block to do the texturization. The name I'm going to do is going to be Tammy with an I. So I'm going to mark my middle point, which is going to be the first M. And that's going to be the first letter I'm going to do to mark my middle point throughout the piece. So I'm going to grab my M. Of course, I'm going to put mine upside down because I'm able to get the piece in there so it doesn't run into the front of the jig here. So I'm going to flip the piece upside down, I'm going to flip my letter upside down, and I'm going to mark my M. So what's nice about these dog tags is they already have a pre-punched hole. It's basically in the middle, so I kind of just follow that down. You kind of have to be careful, especially with M's. They're a wider letter, so keep that in mind as you're stamping in the future. You know, L's, I's, those are a thinner letter, so give it a little bit of room. So I'm going to offset that M in order to put the other M, and you'll see it'll look really level throughout the piece, which you'll learn that the more you stamp, you'll kind of learn how your letters sit on your pieces of jewelry. So I'm going to check the bottom to make sure I'm not over the edge there, and I'm going to give it a little tap. So that's my first M. While I already have the M in there, I'm going to do my second M. And then I'm going to finish it out and do my I. And of course, I'm flipping it upside down every time. So I check my bottom, everything looks good. And on this particular piece, I'm curving the letters because the bottom end of the dog tag is a little bit curved here. So just keep that in mind as you're stamping. You know, you're going to want to make sure your letters are curved. I'm going to grab my A. Set my A in there, and then I'm going to grab my T. All right, my T is set. All right, so now that I have Tammy in there, is what I'm going to do next is I'm going to texturize mine because I just like the way the copper looks when it's texturized. So from there, I'm going to get my stamping block that I half cover it in electrical tape because I like the way the electrical tape cushions the hammer blow to make it a more softer divot in the actual copper piece. So the reason why I only do half is because sometimes I like to hit it on the harder surface and it creates a bigger spread of the metal. Just a different technique, makes it look a little bit better. So just gonna hit the edges here. And I'm being careful that I don't hit the letters that I just stamped because that'll crush the letter and it won't allow any paint to settle down into the letter. All right, so that's how I do my edges on the harder side. And then when it comes to the middle, the actual body of the piece, I'm gonna move it over to my electrical tape side, and that's gonna create a bigger, deeper divot for it. All right, so you can see it's nice and texturized. So it curved a little bit as I hit it with my hammer. So I'm just gonna hammer it flat really quick. Looks good to me. And from here, I'm going to paint in my letters using my paint pen. So I'm just gonna spread the paint down into the letters. Let it dry for a few seconds. Take my thumb or a towel cloth, whatever you have handy, and then wipe that paint off there. And then now I'm gonna start putting it together. So I'm gonna put all this down, make sure I have a nice working surface. I'm gonna grab all my little parts. So I want my S ring, my 8mm stainless steel jump ring, my cross charm, and my key ring. So first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna split open my jump ring with my 2 pliers. I'm just gonna bend it open right there, and then I'm gonna lay in my first copper piece right here. And then I'm gonna take my cross charm, I'm gonna lay my cross charm on it here. And then from there, I'm gonna close my jump ring. So when you're closing a jump ring, you just push in and then bend it back out until you hear it click. So you push it against each other until you hear it click. That's how you know it's very, very tight. It's metal to metal. All right, so from here, I'm gonna take my S hook and I'm gonna put it through my 8mm jump ring. I'm gonna put it through my key ring, and then I'm gonna grab my jump ring pliers or any set of pliers, and I'm gonna grab the 2 ends and I'm gonna pinch them together. And then I'm gonna use my polishing cloth, give it a quick polish, and there you have it. A nice keychain. And you can do this with any shape, any pendant, anything you want. That just teaches you how to make a keychain. And there you have it. A keychain, you can use this with any pendant or any combination of charms. It's kind of just that's basics. I wanted to teach you how to put together a keychain using an S hook and a jump ring. Remember, if you have any questions or comments or anything at all, don't hesitate to call us or email us. We're here for you. And remember, big things have small beginnings.